Alrighty, we're live on both the YouTubes and the Twitches. And I started this tech support. Welcome, by the way, to tech support with Coach Steve Money. And I started this, and I forgot to change the mic over from the mic that I used at work for the Ramsey show after show. All right, but we'll now that it's working, we'll get my links in the chat and then we'll get going here. I am a Ramsey Solutions certified financial coach, and you can schedule a free financial consultation / assessment at calendly.com/coach Steve Money. Link is at the top of the chat and in the video description below. You can email me about anything. Yes, anything. And that's CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com, which is also right there at the top of the webcam frame. Donations are HTTPS. PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. If I can spell that right. Coach Steve Money. There we go. And that doesn't usually go to, oh, it did go to Twitch. Okay, sometimes the donations link doesn't go to Twitch. It did this time. Okay, and that also is right down there. PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. Alrighty, let's get rid of that. And don't need the channel thing. Okay, so I will leave the ones that I talked about before. Where are they? What did I say on did I make that comment on the new build? Yeah, Google says a video card, reseat it, try a newer or older driver, or both. Try that video card in another computer. The error message that he gave that was in this image, I Googled that and it told me that was what the error was. So something going on with the video card there. Boom, 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 boom. In Windows 10 reinstall. ISO USB, please help. ISO is like an image, I think. I don't think it means in search of in this case. What USB can I order from Canadian Amazon or Walmart? You don't need that. You can just go to the website, as I told that person. Oh, it looks like there's another comment there, but you go to just what is it up here? Microsoft.com/n-us/download Windows 10. Basically, Windows 10 media creation tool is what you need, and you create Windows 10 installation media right there. So you don't need to order anything. You can use any USB drive that is big enough, which I believe it takes a 16 gigabyte one at least, but you can use any USB flash drive to do that. That is big enough. And so, yeah, sounds like you might have a bad hard drive happening because he tried factory reinstall. And that does it from a partition on that drive. But if the drive is bad, or if that partition is bad, which means the drive is bad, or if there is corrupted data on that drive, which also could mean the drive is bad, told him to test the drive and the okay, yeah. So there's just mine and the other one. There, it says there's 3 comments. Hello. I only see 2. Okay. Low Wi-Fi adapter speed. That's in a computer, in a desktop, I'm assuming, because he differentiates between work laptop. and he called it home PC. So I'm assuming that's so that Wi-Fi adapter. It could be USB. It could be a PCIe Express card. Oh, it says it right there, PCIe Express card. So that could just be bad because it's it's only getting 170-ish. So could be bad. It may be older and can't do that. It's possible. It says in setting windows should be capable of 390, but maybe not. So I would try that card in a different computer. And maybe go get it. They're fairly cheap, maybe like $10. You can get a USB wireless receiver. So we tried that. This dual triple monitor setup that this person wants to do. They're using a HDMI to USB-C connector, and that is an adapter. And a lot of times adapters are crap and will not work correctly. So especially the cheaper you bought them for, the worse they are, the more chances you'll have a problem with them. And he was asking about getting a Thunderbolt Dell docking station, but his laptops don't have Thunderbolt. They have USB-C. Alrighty, so I think we're good now. This one, we want to see if it's getting too hot, and I told him to if he says he's reinstalled Windows and it still happens, massive lag spikes. I told him to take everything out of Windows Startup, and also maybe do a fresh install using a USB drive instead of doing it from the factory. Do the factory reset because you could have corrupt data on there. All right, first time Linux install. Here's where we are now. And I might not be able to help with this. This is Fuzzy Edges, Fuzzy Edges, 1974. Trying my hand at installing Linux on an old 2008 MacBook Pro 3.1. Don't know much about Macs either. Found a distro that should work. Okay, but I'm having trouble booting USB installer. The instructions say to download Etcher, but it won't run on this old Mac. I'm trying to use the disk utility to burn the ISO to a thumb drive, but I'm not long about that'll work. Are there any free cheap apps for making a bootable USB image of my Linux installer? Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Sorry. Oh, the 6 people have commented. So they took care of them. Well, let's look to see what it is. According Ubuntu disk utility. Ubuntu. I would do this, but with ISO of your choice, or use a Windows system. And my favorite USB, but boot utility Rufus. Yep. Don't have a Mac, nor have I ever installed Linux to a Mac. Good luck. Yep. Alright, MacBook that old should support legacy boot. Format the flash drive as FAT32 or exFAT. There's large enough files on the drive. You should be able to just extract the files directly from the ISO and drop them on the drive. Okay, that one says don't run 1004. Should use a modern release of a lightweight distro. Okay. Okay, this person said a lightweight distributable of like Xubuntu or Lubuntu. Was run them on far older hardware than a MacBook Pro with 2 GB of RAM. All right. Yeah, I don't know anything. I've done just a little bit of Linux work, a little bit of Mac work. All right. Ooh. Let's see. Significant Bread 881. After a little advice on HDMI ARC. Evening recently I purchased a Series X and a Samsung Smart Display M7 43-inch monitor, 4K HDR, Dolby Atmos. Stupidly, neither the monitor or Series X come with any audio out ports. Only HDMI out. Okay, yeah, normally they wouldn't need that. You would come out of the, you would come directly out of the computer. I have a really impressive Bose surround sound that I paid a lot for that I would like to use. Do you know any solutions which I can possibly use? Some kind of switcher or link my monitor through to art. Yeah, see, you're not going directly from the source. You're going from cable to cable, and the same thing with the video. The video adapters where you're changing one kind of video connection to another. A lot of them suck. A lot of them suck for a video as well. Let's see. Audio return channel. And ever since the HDMI 1.4 standard was has been available on TVs. So, are you sure it's on there? Okay, and so you're talking about trying to. It has become a very common standard, and you'll find it on the best TVs we reviewed. Okay. Anything that works with the HDMI 1.4 standard should support ARC, but check the documentation on your specific devices to be sure. So your really impressive Bose surround sound system needs to have HDMI in for that to work, though. Or you're trying to go HDMI to some kind of audio thing, and again, I think you're asking for trouble there. Let's see. So the Series X is an Xbox, and the Bose receiver does not support HDMI. Normally, the Xbox would plug. Did he say Xbox anywhere in there? He didn't say any Xbox anywhere. Or is that the same person? Significant Brad. No. Normally, the Xbox would plug in the receiver's HDMI 4K input, and then in a TV monitor, if the Bose does not have HDMI, then I think you have to use an HDMI audio extractor, and you want one that can do 4K. I've never used one, but Amazon and many other places sell them. Yeah, and good luck. I mean, some of them I've used before and they work fine. Some, even brand new ones, are junk as far as video and audio converters. All right, this from Mahogany Woods 96. PC power's on, but there's no display or USB power. I was cleaning my PC one day and foolishly dropped it. Yep. Afterwards, it would power on, but had no display or USB power. Given that I know little about PCs, I started by replacing the power supply unit. Didn't work. Then I replaced the motherboard. Also didn't work. I have now just replaced the CPU. Still didn't work. I tried other fixes, such as cleaning CMOS, running with only one stick of RAM, using the integrated graphics. I'm at my wit's end now. I should note that it is a pre-built from 2015. I've only upgraded the GPU and PSU since buying it. Every part I replaced in an attempt to find the issue was the exact part I already had in there. Please, someone end this nightmare for me. I just want to mod New Vegas again. Okay, so if you would drop it, the first thing you try for new video is you, especially after dropping it, you uninstall and then reinstall, therefore reseating the RAM. So that could be. But if you are like already taking the RAM out and put one stick back of RAM in, so maybe you've done that. The other thing I can think of is perhaps did not put in the CPU power cable. A lot of people, especially people not familiar with that, CPU power connection on the motherboard. Get a nice little image of that. Right, and it looks like that one. It can be just four, so it can be like half of these, or it can be eight connectors. So and where that will be is close to the where the CPU goes. So you can see where it is, and a lot of people that don't build a lot of computers, they either don't know to do that or they forget about it because uh, the main power goes right in there, and it's a longer one, but right up in here is for the CPU. Exactly. Exactly. And if you just have on your power supply unit, if you just have a 4, you can still put it in this one and it will still work. You don't have to have 8. Yeah. So that's what the DLEO in that is, and a lot of people forget about those. So let's see if people got him with that. If fall on the power button, break it. Can you try jumping the power pins? Yeah, pull on the back. Make, whoops, make sure you plugged the CPU, the 4 or 8 pin CPU power cable into the motherboard near the CPU. A lot of people forget that one. Alrighty, new PC. This from Brother of Ninth. New PC randomly reboot. What is the most possible cause? Heat. Sometimes it'll shut down instead of reboot though. Let's see. Excuse me, sleepy. I was installed Windows 11, perhaps not from America or England. So we'll give them a break on the language. Or it's being typed from a phone. That could be it too. And just corrected that. Install Windows 11 in the beginning and it randomly rebooted 4 to 5 times within an hour. If you did a fresh install of it and nothing is on there, I mean, yeah, it could be a Windows 11 compatibility problem with your hardware. It could be something new. It's not Windows 11 isn't that new anymore, so um but if you have any if you have an operating system problem when you first install it, that means you got bad hardware. Oh, everything seemed fine for a while after swapping back to Windows 10, but it started to randomly reboot. Reboots itself during high loading. I can reproduce a game with it for an hour and it's stable during the period. However, after it reboots again, I turn on DC. Let's see what they said to do. Scan now. That means that's scanning for system files. It's SFC, System File Checker. SFC space / scan now in a command prompt, and that will scan the system files to make sure that there's no corruption. If there's corruption, then again you got to test your memory and your hard drive, which is not the same thing. Troy Story. Yeah. All drivers up to date and they are downloaded from Gigabyte. Yeah, you could still try a different one though. You could still try like an older NVIDIA one. or like AMD, if you have an AMD or NVIDIA video card, sometimes they'll put out a brand new driver that won't work, but if you switch back to the older driver, it will work. Computers, am I right? But yeah, that's what I would check on that one. That's from Downtown Lake 8297. My computer isn't working. My PC launches Windows, but when I put in my password and it loads into my desktop, none of my apps show up on the desktop or on the bar, and my screen keeps turning off for a few seconds and turning back on. Does anybody know what's happening? I tried restarting it and it doesn't do anything. No. Let's see. I would try to do a repair. You can also boot with the Windows installation media, and instead of installing, you can pick repair, and then you can go to a command prompt and do system file checker on there. Or you can do a fresh install on it. You can try the factory reinstall. Of course, that's going to get rid of all your programs. Let's see. Yeah, scan nav. Yep, same thing. So yeah, but that's that's what you gotta do. You gotta make sure the operating system doesn't have any corrupt system files in there. And then next you would test the hard drive and RAM always. In any no booting situation. All right, this from Evane. Summy websites don't load correctly. Hi everyone. First, let me apologize. I'm not explaining this well. Lucy, you got some explaining this well, or if I'm in a wrong place for this problem. I have Windows 11 installed. PC is 2 months old, and searching by myself did not work. So I've come here asking for help. I'm using Chrome, but also tried Edge and Opera, but it didn't change anything. So I've got an issue with some websites, while most of them work fine. So I need a reload to work, so wait several minutes. And a reload, excuse me, to work. Normally, for example, if I go to Netflix after booting my PC, it will be a blank page with the text not in the right place, but after reloading the page, it will work fine. But the most annoying trouble I have is when some page show normally, but some part are indefinitely loading and I can't. Yeah, I don't know, dog. I already tried to clear Chrome cache and change DNS. Tried to uninstall Chrome add-ons, reinstall Windows plus Chrome. Plus that. Yeah, I mean, if you have a problem, it's 2 months old. I mean, I don't know if it's been working fine for 2 months old. If it came with Windows 11, if it didn't come with Windows 11, go back to Windows 10 to see if that is the problem. Otherwise, I mean, I think it would be like some kind of corruption there, but of course could be virus or malware on there as well. Scan with malware bytes for that. Let's see. This from Pig Dog. Pig Dog 37. Pig _ dog 37. Whenever I enter my USB device, a screen with a red X pops up and says E:. The directory name is invalid. I'm trying to change the files on it into FAT32. I'm a bit of a noob. Sorry. It means when you plug in it, it pops up with a red X. That means it's automatically opening. That sounds like it's opening it's trying to open it as a partition. Like, say, What do I have in there? I have like USB drives right here. These are just empty card reader thing slots that I have, and they're empty. There's none on there. But when you plug in a USB drive, it would like give it a drive letter and attempt to read it. And if you have that thing corrupted, like you said, trying to turn it into FAT32, or who knows what else you have on there, if it's not formatted correctly, it won't work, or it could be a bad USB flash drive. Try it on a different. Try that USB drive on a different computer. This from Da07 Kiss. Help checking if a SanDisk portable SSD is really brand new. Bought a brand new SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD, 2 terabyte, but when I ran a Drive DX to check its status, it showed that it already had 6 power cycles through 0 power hours. They could have powered it 6 times during testing or whatever. It's possible, but like if you got that from Amazon, it could have been bought in and returned. Was the box sealed, factory sealed? As it was the first time I was turning it on, I thought that maybe the SSD had been used for something before it was sold to me. But after some research, if that was the case, the total NAND writes wouldn't show 0, right? Theoretically. I had previously posted this question and only one person answered, saying it could be a question of quality control. Like I said, if they would run any tests on it before they let it out of the factory. But what I really want to know is if 0 total NAND writes definitely means it's still brand new despite the 6 powers. If someone had used the SSD and formatted it with the total, I do not know the answer to that. Let's see if somebody else knows. Oh, nobody written anything. Oh, it was deleted by the person who originally posted it. Okay. It's just QC checks, relax. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Deleted. I guess they deleted because they didn't want to feel stupid or they got mad or something. Who knows? This from Ramsey IT. A laptop. Let's get some more lovely, what do we got here? Not chips. They got Australian gold, mate. Lip balm. And it is like, coconut, yeah. Laptop enter and backspace stop working and work again without any changes at all. Enter and backspace. Updated, uninstalled drivers, still same behavior. Possible keyboard. Did you spill anything on it? Of course, it can malfunction all by itself. Plug a USB keyboard into it to see if the same problem happens. If not, then that's more evidence that The laptop keyboard is the problem. Alright, that's from Real Tad. Oh, deleted again. People be deleting stuff. My laptop won't pick up the headset microphone I'm using. This from Expression Effective One. Trying to... Oh, that's that. I'm trying to change the input device to be the mic that is connected to my headset, but the problem is that my laptop doesn't even register there is a microphone plugged in. I know that the problem isn't the hardware, as the headset I'm using is an official Microsoft headset I use to play Xbox with my friends, and I was using it to talk online a few hours ago. I also know the jack in my laptop is 4-pin, as it's the only jack there is, and it has the little headphones with a mic symbol beside it, and when I plug in the headset, the sound works flawlessly. That doesn't mean that the yeah, it doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Bum, 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 bum. Headphones and mic symbol beside it. Oh, there's only one jack in, so oh, okay, yep. You would think it would work. Yeah, I don't know. I would have to see that. So if it's the only jack, so there's not a separate one for microphone and headphones, then that should work. But it could be that the jack is broken inside of it, and so it's still there and functioning as far as the headphones, but the microphone part, it's not making connection to have the mics work, and that's why it's not detecting that the mic is there. So, and that would also be why it works on the Xbox, because the Xbox isn't broken. So I would say likely partially broken jack on the laptop. This works fine on the Xbox. Alright, this is from Main 10. Mouse and keyboard won't work after booting, but they work perfectly fine in the BIOS. Oh, that's been going on about 2 hours. Everything in the BIOS works, but I can't use it after Windows logo appears since they just shut off. How do I fix this? Does it get to the login, or is the logo just, if the logo just appears and nothing else, then you got other problems other than the mouse and keyboard not working. You got it not booting. Let's see what is going. Drivers might be borked. Try reinstalling. Yeah. All right, this is the only way. I don't even think I have a USB. Likely issue with USB drivers. Hey, bot. Nobody asked him. Does it get to the desktop? Meaning past the login? have more problems than just keyboard and mouse. You can try booting with install and install. Flash drive. What do you say? Windows 10 or 11, whichever you have. Media creation tool. This would be your ad right there. Oh, how do I stop NIS from working on desktop? The monitor is 1440 by 900 resolution. I want to use NVIDIA image scaling. Why do you want it to not work then if you want to use it? I'm confused. I saw videos of it, and as I saw, that thing is not on when you're at your desktop and is not using anything to upscale, but when I turn on the indicator, it's always green. By the way, I have a second monitor. It's 1366 by 768. Yeah, a lot of times when you want to do fun video things, you have to have two of the same monitor. It's got to be the same resolution sometimes. Let's see if anybody answers. You can set it to run when you're using specific programs. Can't click on it when scaling is off, and when I turn it on, I can't change the setting. This is to me. See if setting global as 0. Alright. Yeah, I don't know anything about that particular setting. But yeah, a lot of times you have problems in doing anything like with the video, like scaling, like he's talking about, if they are different monitors with different resolutions. Sometimes Windows does not like that. And again, we got a 3.5 millimeter to VGA and a DVI. Oh, a 2.3. Oh, he wants to. Oh, my goodness gracious me. He wants to take VGA or DVI or both, or one or the other, or like an adapter with one or the other, plus a 3.5 millimeter jack for audio, and he wants to convert that to HDMI video and audio. I don't know if there's such a thing. Let's see. As a hobby PC tech and business owner currently in possession of a rather old system to get back running for a customer, but no rush. It's an HP DDR3 1 gigabyte system running Windows 8.1 with a system registry suffered sudden. Okay, whatever. I've been given the go ahead is 2 words still. To transfer the proper customer files to a backup drive and wipe it clean and start over. Now, in order to make sure everything works properly, even sound, I'm looking for a specific adapter if it exists. Crazy. The system has VGA, DVD output, and 3.5 millimeter jacks for audio. Yeah, no, you can check device manager, but nothing beats actually hearing things. Trouble is, none of my current monitors have a DVI port anymore, let alone VGA. I know. And I've seen plenty of DVI-D to HDMI adapters. Yeah, I don't know if that exists. Let's see if somebody... DVI-D and HDMI is a passive conversion, and adapters capable for that work either way. However, converters to include an audio signal, are usually one way. Yeah, I don't think there is. I would just put that in there. 3.5 millimeter too. And let's search and see if it exists. It does, but see that right there, but you're not getting video from that. You're not getting a video source. Boom, 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 boom. Let's try that one. And that looks like VGA. It has VGA on the back, I think. So this would, yeah, I would do it. This is like this would do it, but you know, you could pay $11 a year from eBay and it might not work. See, look what they did there. See? So, and it might not work. So yeah, wouldn't suggest it. Atom packages, installation failed. I just installed Atom on my Windows 10 PC, but I keep getting error message when trying to install its package. Re-download the packages. Download it again. Try installing it on another computer to make sure that it's not just your computer. It could be bad packages. Sometimes that happens. That means install files, and so that sometimes that happens. Make sure it works on another computer. If it does, then you can go back to your computer, and then maybe you have other issues with your computer. Test your RAM and hard drive. Okay, need some PC help. This is Andy Watson, 97. Brand new sys. Ran fine for a week. Then all of a sudden, it's always all of a sudden, my game freezes, so I open Task Manager and close the game. I then turn off my PC using the shutdown setting on the desktop and turn it back on an hour later, and I'm getting no signal to my display with DisplayPort or HDMI. Monitor and cables are fine. I removed the graphics card, RAM, and BIOS battery and checked all plugs and connections, reinstall everything, and still nothing. PC is still under warranty and was produced from AWI IT. When I first got my PC, it was missing a lot of components I ordered, so I had to send it back, which was a hassle. It took over 2 weeks to return, so I'm hoping it's not a major hardware issue. So I don't have to go through that whole process again. Any advice or insights on what could be the issue would be much appreciated. Before I look at other people's comments, you hope it's the power supply, because power supply is going to be the cheapest thing to be replaced. It could just be you needed to reset the RAM, just like take it out and put it back in. Could be a bad stick of RAM. Could be the graphics card. Try the onboard video if it exists and your CPU supports it. But again, sometimes people mess with it and they unplug stuff. Could have forgotten to plug in the CPU power cable. I'm going to go on a whim and say it might be PSU. Bronze rating is relatively bad for a gaming PC. Intense gaming combined with heat from CPU and PSU, maybe a poorly designed case, could result in overheating or something. So it'll actually turn on if you tried other plugs for the monitor, if you tried another monitor, if you tried an older GPU, which means graphical processing unit, and that means video card. Yeah, all that. Yeah, so, but even if it is a bad power supply, it can still turn on your lights on the computer and spin the fan so that you think it's turned on, but it's not. the motherboard is not actually booting. It just is spinning the fans and turning those lights on. All fan runs, motherboard AIO runs, just no what AI all in one. I mean a laptop. I mean a printer boots up cables and monitor, and they work fine when connected to another system. My game crashed. I was able to quit my desktop and everything worked fine, but when I rebooted the system an hour later, nothing. Tried connecting HDMI to integrated. There's no R in that word. Graphics and still nothing. Have no access to a different GPU to test, unfortunately. Things to try, guys. If they don't work, go RMA. Test the screen with same. Use another GPU. Running only one stick of RAM. Trying every slot, right? Connect the HDMI cable to the motherboard instead of the GPU, right? Receive the 24 plug in and run. Yeah. Make sure you remember to plug in the 4 or 8 pin CPU power cable from the PSU to the motherboard near the CPU. And most boards require that is plugged in to get video. Also, what was the other thing? A bad power supply can spin fans and lights, but not be putting out enough juice to boot the motherboard. Let's make sure it didn't say tried that already. Do baby da pa nope. Doesn't say, nobody else said they tried different power supply either, did they? Bum 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 bum. Righty then. Failed to create dump file blue screen of death. This from Syndra Star Guardian. Having a consistent crash as your computer runs NTFS on volume 6 of my drive. Why you got so many volumes on there? And I blue screen of death. I check event viewer and it failed to create a dump file as it crashes and is consistent with each crash. Problem with that volume, which is partition on the drive, and run NTFS. I don't know what that means. What does runs NTFS mean? Not just that partition is formatted NTFS, right? All right, it's me, ya boy. It's me, ya boy. Looking for Echo Dot 4th Gen cable. Oh, replacement cable for an Amazon Echo Dot 4. I know it's just know it's circular, but the system on South Africa. Scoured the internet but can't seem to find anything that isn't extortionately extortionately. That might be actually be a word. That's fine. Extortionately. I mean, that would mean having the manner of extortion. That's which means it's way overpriced. Uh, let's see how much they are. 21 bucks. What are you looking for? A $5 one? Yeah. Yeah, you get some of these sometimes where they don't want to spend any money. They want the thing, but they don't want to spend any money. Or they're trying to do things third world country. I realize they may be from a third world country, but you often can't make things work that when you're limited to that way of doing things. Let's see. This from Fishexy. 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 Okay. Drider Diaries. Okay. My Wi-Fi keeps disconnecting after I turn my desktop off. It's been going for a while now. It's actually starting to piss me off. Like clockwork, every time I shut down my desktop PC, my repeater turns off after like 5 seconds. And with mosquitoes making a return, I'd really... Where are you at? We just had another cold snap here in the Ohio. I'd really appreciate the white noise when I'm trying to sleep. I have tried the adapter settings, unchecking the function to let my desktop turn it off, and it didn't work. Weird. What the white noise product get a radio? Repeater gets if your repeater gets power from the PC, it will obviously not work. Desktop actually gets power from the PC. The desktop is the PC. Either way, the wire is one of those extension cords on my whole PC, and all its screens are powered by it. Also, there's nothing to clear up. It's not repeater, but a power line. Power line doesn't work like that. Yeah, that doesn't. All right, yeah. So that doesn't. I don't think that's America. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so a power line. So what a power line adapter is, it basically lets you get better than Wi-Fi. So it's not Wi-Fi at all. It lets you get. Do I have one? No, I don't. I took them to work. I need to sell mine because I don't need to use them anymore since I moved. But what they are is they let you replace a Wi-Fi connection with a semi-wired connection. How it works is your router plugs into the modem goes into the router, and then a line from the router goes out to this adapter, and the adapter plugs into the power, and it uses your power wiring to send the internet signal through and goes to another power line adapter on the other end, and then that connects by network cable to whatever computer you're connecting it to. And that generally is going to give you faster than Wi-Fi connection. It doesn't stay on when the computer goes off. Yeah. It's power line, so yeah. Power strip and power line, whatever you want to call it, yeah, are still powered. Power line mostly shuts off router on the other end, and the power outlet. How much is that? Repeater turned off. It's not a repeater. White noise. Also, powered item shouldn't generally be making significant noise. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to sound like a spoiled first worlder person, but yeah. All right. Constant blue screen is the name of the username. Awesome. HP 355 G2 screen not functioning. And what is that? Is that an laptop or what? Or tablet? Notebook, yes, there's the laptop. All right, now functioning. We'll boot into Windows 8, but won't display through the laptop screen. Already checked the cables and RAM. Any help? What is it, right? Notebook, notebook, notebook. How did you test the RAM? Did you take it apart? Won't display through the laptop. Oh. Check the cable. If you check the RAM could be the problem. Cable is plugged into both. Excuse me. Both the display and the motherboard. Securely. Unfortunately, could be bad cable. Bad display. Or bad motherboard. Can't Tell without replacement parts. It could even be more than one bad part. The older it is, the less sense it makes to repair it. Alright, let's do one more. GTX 970 Strix stuck at 202 megahertz. Finally, somebody with a video card that's worse than mine. Got 970 Strix from a friend. He said it wasn't working. So why are you surprised if it's not working correctly? I've looked at it and tested it and found the issue. When on the desktop or not doing any gaming, the clock is normal 1050 megahertz. When launching a game, the clock goes down to 202 megahertz and only goes back up if you go off the game. I've tried to look into the problem, but nothing really has come up. I know it's an old card, but I want to use it in a home theater PC. Okay, it doesn't matter what you want to do with it. It's broken. That means it can't handle when the game asks for. Yeah. Oh. Low. Any helps will be nice. It's broken. It can't handle whatever the game is asking of it. Is the card enough? Card new enough with enough is the card what am I trying to say? Is the card check system, check video card requirement on the game to see if that card can handle the game. If it should be able to handle the game and it doesn't, it's just broken. You're not going to be able to do a board level repair on it to fix it. Yeah, right. People don't know how that thing is. Do I have? Let's see. Do I have anything that's like that with? Oh, no, I don't have any. Do I? Nope, I don't have any. But basically, all right. Let's see. Well, let's look at the right one. See if it has a 970 Strix. images. Okay, so you can see that it's got the fans on it. We need one where it doesn't have the fans. There we go. Okay. That gave me. Okay, so you're gonna fix anything on here. It's not like a thing where you can just take a regular soldering iron and go into that and fix whatever you need to fix. Because the connection points are too small. I mean, maybe if it's one of the capacitors or something like that, you can do something with it, maybe. But and then if you look at the back of it, it's just all the connection points. And so again, I don't know what you think you're gonna do with it. Oh, and that's all covered up by this. So yeah, let's see if it has one. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So yeah, so that's what it looks like. And so you're not gonna take a regular soldering iron and go to work on it. It doesn't work like that anymore. Gotta have specialized equipment to do that. Okay, let's have one. My goal, oh, this will be fun. This from XX Baked Bean 69XX. My goal is to replace C, the original solid state drive, with E, new solid state drive. I've cloned it, but I don't know what to do next in terms of booting from the right drive and transferring my OS. Got 20 comments, so they probably took care of this person. Yeah, so here's what you do. You got the clone happening, okay? Then immediately, so you don't screw things up, after you clone it, you power down, shut down, and then you remove the current C drive. You remove that and you put the new solid state drive in there, which is probably bigger. You put that in its place in the exact same data. Okay, exactly in the same place the original C drive was. Okay, because what will happen sometimes if you boot it with both of them in there, the motherboard will get confused and it will like basically mix them. It'll have like it'll put like the swap file on one of them, and but still use the other one for the boot files. So you could run into problems like that. So you take once you clone it, you take the one that you don't want to be the boot drive anymore. You take that out of the system, and you get you make sure the system boots, and you make sure everything's all fine with it. And then after that, then you can connect the original drive in the different place, and especially if you're doing any of this with which if it's a desktop you might not be doing it with an adapter, but you can do it with an adapter, and so you connect that back into the machine, and then you can wipe it and use it for whatever else you want to use it for, if you want to use it. If you don't want to do that with it, if you're not going to use it, then that's great, you're done. So okay, I've cloned it, but I don't know what to do next in terms of booting from the right drive and transferring my operating system. Okay, if you've cloned it, then your operating system is on that new drive. If you cloned this one to that one, then essentially this one becomes that one. You have to remove this one from the system and don't have them both connected at the same time until you've booted correctly with the new one. All right. I'm gonna look at their images anyway to see what they're talking about with us. Oh, just that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, also take the other drive out too. Don't have any drives connected except for the boot drive. Boot with chest, the boot drive. Oh yeah, so there we go. See, that's what they're talking about. I thought they had another drive on there too. I thought. Wasn't there another one? Guess not. Okay. So yeah, this is a much bigger drive, and so they're happy about that. It's weird that 530 megabyte on that one looks. I guess it's just because it's bigger. Okay, yeah, it's not really to scale, is it? Because if that's 222 gigabytes, this is just a tiny bit bigger than it, and it's 930 gigabytes. So, yeah, but everything that's on that should be on there. This is basic data partition. I don't think it was cloned. Maybe you took this picture before it was cloned. Or she. I always say he by default. Sorry about that. Let's see. What you use to clone it? If you cloned it properly, it's just a matter of taking out your old drive and replacing it with a new drive, right? Do I have to take the old one for it to boot? Not necessarily, but as to replace it. And you should boot it first time. Yeah. Yeah, you should boot it by itself the first time. I don't see the name of my new drive in the BIOS boot order. It's not the name of that is not gonna be there. Told you in another reply. What? System migration disk genius. So you have tools and select clone disk because system migration is different than the cloning the disk. System migration just runs the operating system over. After I wipe, then clone to the disk. You don't need to wipe a drive. It will automatically wipe by being cloned. You don't want to migrate. You want to clone it. Boom, 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 boom. Disconnect all drives except the new drive to get a good first boot before you reconnect other drives to delete partition. I'll just say thing before you can reconnect other drives. Can't open chat, Snapchat, no clue. Camera on my phone is broken. I can't open Snapchat. It probably requires a camera. Yeah. Need to open my phone, and this from your boy Swooshy. My phone been acting strange. I've been unable to use my mobile data on most apps on my phone. YouTube, Reddit, and more just do not work. Although I have great data. The weird thing is I can still text, receive text, and search for a lot of things. Sometimes I will go to very scary websites such as Apple or something and will say the website is unsafe. The only time anything previously mentioned works fine is when I'm on Wi-Fi. It could be, yeah, you could have malware on there, on that phone. Alrighty, that's going to do it for the evening. I am a Ramsey Solutions Certified Financial Coach, and you can schedule a free consultation / assessment with me at calendly.com / Coach Steve Money. The link is at the top of the chat and in the video description below. And you can email me about anything, coachstevemoney@gmail.com. You can send donations to paypal.me / Coach Steve Money. Make smart computer and technical and financial decisions every day.